There was a time when I was younger. This was around 2010, 2012. And I started looking at YouTube and I started researching everything about where we're at. I was trying to understand civilization and humanity, where we were going and why we were here where we were. I was looking at the injustices of the world and how these people rose to power and how the systems were put into place that essentially captured humanity and forced them to live by the means of a system that did not serve the people ultimately. And I was trying to understand what all that was about, and in my studies, I came across several people who were peddling hope. They were peddling this future vision, this thing that was going to happen in the near future that was going to revolutionize and change our world and change our experience as humans living here. And I fell into the trap of giving all my power to these people in anticipation of something beautiful and majestic happening in the future that would save me from my suffering and my misery. Does that sound familiar? You know, today with where we're at right now, we're experiencing severe suffering on a global scale. I mean, this is a biblical event. And there are people out there who are going to be taking advantage of that. They're going to be peddling hope that something magical is going to happen in the near future and all you need to do is XYZ. It usually involves handing money over. There's nothing wrong with the transfer of money, it's just who are you giving your money to? Essentially, that is who are you giving your power to? And what is their promise? Is their promise to save you from the discomfort? Is their promise to save you from the uncertainty of where you're at in your life right now and what's happening? Is their promise that somebody is going to come in and rescue us? As much as I would love to believe that somebody was going to come and rescue us from our suffering and that we wouldn't have to put the work in, the truth is that rarely does anything like that ever happen. You know, we are ultimately responsible for where we're at in our lives. And the reason why I'm speaking about this is because I recently watched a video of somebody and I found them talking about the same thing. And I have been tricked by this in the past, where I was living my life for this future event that never came about. I was living my life in anticipation of this future time where all would be changed. And in doing so, I put off doing any change or making any real change or putting any effort into my life as it was at that current moment. And right now, it would be so easy for us to do the same. You know, with everything that's happening, we could say that we're just going to enjoy the time off and sit back and do nothing. And I'll be honest with you, like I have been fighting the urge to basically kind of be complacent. And it's at this time where I feel like our focus should not be on some future event that may or may not happen, because the future is unknown. Even to the most intelligent people, there are people with plans where, you know, they have intentions for our future and they may or may not succeed. And so what can we do? Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. What can you and I do right now? And that's that we can focus on being who we intend to be. Who is it that you intend to be? And what can you do to get there? You know, so often we're held back by negative beliefs, by our mental mindset, where we allow our focus to go. You know, and with everything going on, and when you look at the news, it's very easy for our focus to drift toward the negative. Because everything outside of us is pulling us toward that negative information. And I want to encourage you to do everything that you can, everything that's possible for you right now, and you're in your power, to focus on the positive, to focus on what is possible. This is a time of great opportunity. It's a time of suffering. It's a time of calamity. I mean, things are just completely in chaos. And I would say that it's impossible to know what's really going on, because there's so much in the way of information that counters the information that you just read. I have come to a place where I do not know what is happening right now. I don't know. And only time will reveal the truth. And so it's at this time where it is incredibly important that we are all operating at our best. That means getting enough sleep, getting enough rest, staying close to the people that we love and care about, focusing on how we can serve others, and developing our best selves by shifting our focus away from the negative and towards the positive. So today, if you're wondering, like, how do I do that? Like, how do I shift my focus? How do I move towards the positive? What I would say is make a list. Sit down with a piece of paper and write out every positive thing, everything that you can think of that made you feel incredible, that put a smile on your face that has happened in your past, all the beautiful moments that you have experienced. Make a list as long as you can, at least 50 things. And go through that list and read it every morning and read it every night before you go to bed. And see how your mindset changes. Love you guys. Peace.